Hi there and welcome to Squid Gaming. Smooth. So it's Christmas, and what better time to take a look at the biggest game of the year. It's the super seasonal Skyrim. Well, it's got snow in it anyway. Now there's one thing that I'm going to get out of the way right now. As I'm sure you know, Skyrim is a very buggy game. I've seen horses standing on top of each other, had dragon skeletons fall out of the sky at random, and jumped into pools of water only to find myself suddenly falling out of the ceiling. And those are just some of the harmless bugs. I'm sure you all know about the game's more serious issues, but as an example, take a look at this. This happened to me at random playing on the 360. Fast travelling to a different location fixed the problem, but the fact it happened at all is a real worry. And by all accounts, severe frame rate issues like this are common on the PS3 once your save file has grown beyond a certain size, which makes it very difficult to recommend buying the game for that platform at all. It's possible these problems will eventually be solved through patches, but then again, the last patch actually introduced more problems, and the PS3 versions of Fallout 3 and New Vegas were never fully fixed, so I wouldn't be too optimistic. Now that's out of the way, we can actually play the game and see what there is to love behind the bugs. Just in case you don't know, the Elder Scrolls games are enormous open-world fantasies, and this time around the scene is set in the snowy Nordic land of Skyrim. Underpinning the experience is a story about civil war and a dragon apocalypse. Although it's not too bad and has enough dramatic flourishes to keep things interesting, the whole thing is still pretty predictable. That and every other character sounds like they walk straight out of Conan the Barbarian.
Hail, Summoner. Conjure me up a warm bed, would you? You see those warriors from Hammerfell? They've got curved swords. Curved swords. Get to the chopper!
But it really isn't about that. The Elder Scrolls games are toys at heart, putting you in the middle of a colossal fantasy playpen and inviting you to get lost and write your own story. In Skyrim, you'll find hundreds upon hundreds of distractions worthy of your attention. The major guilds you'll recognise from Oblivion are all back, albeit in different guises, and as well as that, you'll pick up new quests from almost anyone you speak to, and from books you'll find lying around. It's a time waster's dream, and you'll find yourself sinking more hours into side quests than you would into most other entire games. I think I've put something like 40 hours just into darting around doing odd jobs already, and still feel like I've hardly scratched the surface. The levelling system has been streamlined slightly and works well, encouraging you to use a variety of different skills to keep your character growing. You also gain skill-specific perks like reducing casting costs for spells or making locks easier to pick, although the constellation-style interface for assigning these is clunky and hard to navigate. But the real headline feature of Skyrim is that I'm in it. That's right, pretty early on you'll get introduced to Lydia, who becomes yours to use and abuse any way you see fit. And boy, do you. You make me follow you all over the place, you make me carry all your stuff, you're always smacking me around, you stand and watch as I hobble about, and what thanks do I get for it? Nothing, except an inevitable, inglorious demise. To anyone watching who has kept Lydia alive though, thank you. Visually, as you can see, the game is pretty lovely overall, especially in its dynamic weather effects that let you see icy wind rushing over mountaintops. But it's far from perfect, with some repetitive textures and low detail objects stopping the game from being a true visual marvel. Ultimately, this is obviously a flawed game. Alongside its numerous bugs, you'll have to put up with cliché dialogue, dodgy voice acting, and horses that gallop way too slowly. But get through that and you'll find one of the most ambitious and content-filled games you'll have ever played. You'll have to check it out, but make sure you avoid the PS3 version. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a great Christmas everyone, take care, play lots and have fun. It's possible these problems will have, okay, get my P's out. As well as that, you'll pick up new quests. But the real headline feature of Skyrim is that I'm in it. That's right, no, that was so cheesy. I'm in it. But they're real.